Listen closely. Right now, you're broadcasting a frequency. Not metaphorically. Actually. Your thoughts, your emotions, your deeply embedded beliefs are transmitting a signal into the world every single second. And here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. That signal was calibrated for survival, not abundance. Your subconscious programming has been running the same poverty loop since childhood, and until you interrupt that pattern, wealth will always feel like trying to tune into a radio station that doesn't exist on your dial. The money isn't avoiding you. You're repelling it at a frequency level most people never even know exists. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to retrain it. Your entire life, you've been walking around with an internal signal that operates below your conscious awareness. Think of it like a radio tower constantly broadcasting on a specific frequency. You didn't choose this frequency. It was installed in you before you could even speak, programmed by every limiting belief your parents whispered at the dinner table, every money doesn't grow on trees lecture, every anxious conversation about bills you overheard as a child. This is what we call frequency conditioning, and it's running your financial life on autopilot. Napoleon Hill understood this when he wrote in Think and Grow Rich that thoughts are things. But he went deeper. He recognized that persistent thoughts crystallize into a definite frequency that attracts corresponding circumstances. Your current financial reality isn't random. It's a perfect mirror of the frequency you've been trained to emit. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are at an energetic level. This next sentence will offend your old identity. You can work 18-hour days, implement every business strategy, read every self-help book on the planet, and still stay broke. Why? Because your subconscious programming is screaming a different message than your conscious desires. It's like trying to drive forward with the emergency brake engaged. The effort is real, but the resistance is stronger. Your frequency was calibrated for scarcity, and until you reprogram it, abundance will always be an uphill battle against yourself. Pay attention to this. There's a reason you feel uncomfortable around wealthy people. There's a reason luxury environments make you feel like an imposter. That discomfort isn't humility. It's an energetic mismatch between who you've been conditioned to be and the frequency wealth operates on. Your nervous system literally rejects prosperity because it wasn't trained to hold that vibration. You're like a radio trying to play FM stations with AM circuitry. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 23 verse 7, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Not so he wishes to be or so he hopes to become. So he is." Your heart, your subconscious mind, holds the blueprint of your identity. And if that blueprint was drawn in the language of limitation, every fiber of your being will work to keep you there. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about identity reconstruction at the deepest level. Consider this practical example, a lottery winner who loses everything within 5 years. Why does this happen so consistently? Because their wealth identity never changed. They received money, but their frequency remained calibrated for poverty. The external reality temporarily shifted, but the internal broadcast kept transmitting lack. Eventually, the external world realigned with the internal frequency. This is the law. Your outer world will always mirror your inner broadcast, no matter how much you try to fake it or force it. Stop right now and ask yourself, What frequency am I broadcasting at this exact moment? Not what I want to broadcast. What I'm actually transmitting. Look, your financial thermostat was set before you turned 7 years old. During those formative years, your brain was in a theta wave state, essentially hypnotized, absorbing every belief about money from your environment like a sponge soaking up water. Did your parents argue about money? That's in your subconscious programming. Did they speak about wealthy people with resentment or suspicion? That became your frequency. Every casual comment, every stressed silence, every "we can't afford that" embedded itself into your operating system. I once worked with someone who couldn't cross the same income number for 10 years. Every time they approached it, something would fall apart. A client would cancel. An unexpected expense would hit. They'd make a poor investment decision. It looked like bad luck from the outside. But when we traced it back, that exact number was what their father made when they were young, right before a devastating financial collapse that nearly destroyed the family. Their nervous system had learned that crossing that threshold meant catastrophe. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research in epigenetics confirms what mystics have known for centuries. 95% of our lives are controlled by subconscious programs installed in childhood. Only 5% is conscious control. Here's the practical reality. Until you excavate these buried programs and deliberately overwrite them, you'll keep hitting the same income ceiling, the same self-sabotage patterns, the same mysterious obstacles right when breakthrough seems possible. It's not bad luck. It's not the economy. It's not your industry. It's the frequency mismatch between where you're trying to go and where your subconscious believes you belong. And your subconscious will always win that battle unless you learn to reprogram it. Your wealth identity is the sum total of beliefs, emotions, and self-concepts you hold about yourself in relation to money. Most people have never deliberately constructed this identity. They inherited it, absorbed it, defaulted into it. And here's the devastating part: you cannot outperform your identity. You might have temporary wins, lucky breaks, good months. But you'll always return to the baseline your identity prescribes. It's like a thermostat that keeps adjusting the temperature back to its setting no matter how much you try to manually change it. Wallace Wattles wrote in The Science of Getting Rich that you must form a clear mental image of yourself as a prosperous person. Not wishful thinking. Not visualization for motivation. But actual reconstruction of your self-concept at the identity level. You must become, in your own mind and nervous system, the person for whom wealth is natural, expected, and aligned. This requires more than affirmations. It requires a fundamental shift in your internal signal. Here's a practical test. Imagine someone handing you a check for $10 million right now. Really imagine it. Notice what happens in your body. Do you feel expansion or contraction? Excitement or fear? If there's any anxiety, but how would I manage it, or I don't deserve this, or people will treat me differently, that's your energetic mismatch revealing itself. This reaction never lies. Your frequency isn't calibrated for that level of wealth. Your identity doesn't include it. And until it does, the universe has no pathway to deliver it to you because you're not a vibrational match. What if the only thing standing between you and wealth is a frequency you're still broadcasting from your 7-year-old self? Listen to how you talk about money when you think nobody's paying attention. I can't afford that. Money is tight. I'm broke. But here's what really reveals the deeper conditioning. I'm just being realistic. I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm playing it safe. Every single one of these statements is a frequency transmission, broadcasting lack into your field and attracting more circumstances that match that vibration. Your words aren't just describing your reality. They're creating it. They're reinforcing the subconscious programming that keeps you locked in limitation. The book of Proverbs says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Your casual language about money isn't casual at all. It's a daily affirmation of poverty consciousness. It's frequency conditioning in real time, strengthening the very patterns you claim you want to escape. And the most dangerous part? You've said these things so many times they feel true. They feel like facts. But they're just frequencies you've been trained to transmit. Start tracking your money language for 1 week. Every thought, every comment, every joke about being poor. Write it down. You'll be shocked at how often you reinforce lack. Now here's the practical application. For every statement of limitation, immediately counter it with a statement of abundance. Not as a lie, but as a frequency adjustment. I'm strategically allocating resources instead of "I'm broke." Wealth flows to me easily instead of "I can't afford that." This isn't positive thinking. This is deliberate frequency reprogramming, one transmission at a time. You don't feel like you have permission to be wealthy. Deep down, beneath all the goal-setting and vision boards, there's a part of you that believes wealth isn't for people like you. Maybe you think you're not smart enough, connected enough, talented enough. Maybe you carry guilt about wanting more when others have less. Maybe you've been taught that spirituality and wealth are incompatible. All of these are permission blockers, frequencies that actively repel the very abundance you're pursuing. Jesus said in Matthew 7 verse 7, "Ask, and it will be given to you, seek, and you will find, knock, and the door will be opened to you." But notice the action required. You must ask. You must claim. You must give yourself permission to receive. Most people are waiting for some external authority to grant them permission to prosper. But wealth doesn't work that way. You must internally authorize your own abundance. You must update your wealth identity to include permission for unlimited prosperity. Here's the practical shift. Write yourself a permission slip. Literally. I, your name, give myself full permission to become wildly, abundantly wealthy. I release all guilt, all unworthiness, all limiting beliefs about my capacity to prosper. I am authorized by my own consciousness to receive unlimited abundance. Sign it. Date it. Read it daily. This might sound simple, but you're performing identity surgery here. You're granting yourself the permission your frequency conditioning never included. And that shift in internal signal changes everything. What would you do differently today if you truly believed wealth was your birthright, not a lucky break? Your nervous system has a comfort zone for money, and it will fight to keep you there. You might consciously want $1 million, but if your subconscious programming is comfortable with 50,000, you'll sabotage every opportunity that threatens to push you beyond that boundary. This isn't weakness. This is biology. Your nervous system interprets unfamiliar territory, even positive unfamiliar territory, as danger. And it will protect you from that perceived danger by creating resistance, procrastination, self-sabotage, and energetic mismatch. Napoleon Hill called this the fear of criticism and the fear of poverty, two of the 6 basic fears that keep people locked in mediocrity. But it goes deeper than fear. It's about nervous system regulation. Your body has learned to feel safe at a certain income level, a certain lifestyle level. Anything beyond that creates dysregulation, discomfort, anxiety. So unconsciously, you create circumstances that bring you back to your set point. You overspend when you make extra money. You pass on opportunities. You pick fights with clients. All to maintain the frequency you're trained to operate on. The practical solution? Gradual expansion. You can't jump from a poverty frequency to a millionaire frequency overnight without triggering massive resistance. But you can stretch your comfort zone incrementally. Start visualizing and feeling into the next level of income, not 10 levels up. If you make $50,000, start conditioning your nervous system for $75,000. Spend time in environments slightly above your current station. Train your wealth identity to expand gradually so your subconscious doesn't perceive it as a threat. This is frequency expansion work, and it requires patience and consistency. Look, you can't think your way into a better mindset. You have to practice your way into it. Start tomorrow morning. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. When pressure arrives, you discover what you're really made of. Are you someone who collapses at the first sign of difficulty, or are you someone who stands firm against all odds? The difference isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's mindset. Champions don't avoid adversity, they expect it, embrace it, and use it as fuel. They understand that obstacles are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Every challenge is an invitation to prove your mental strength. Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." That's the mindset of a champion. Failure doesn't define you, your response to failure does. When you face adversity, you have 2 choices: let it break you, or let it build you. The unbreakable mindset chooses growth every single time. Here's how you apply this. The next time something goes wrong, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" Shift from victim to student. Instead of dwelling on the problem, focus on the solution. Instead of complaining about how hard it is, remind yourself that hard is what makes you strong. The Bible says in James 1 verses 2 to 4, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Adversity is your training ground. Master it, and you become unbreakable. Let's clear something up. Staying positive doesn't mean you're always happy. It doesn't mean you ignore pain, deny difficulty, or pretend everything is perfect. Staying positive means you choose to focus on what you can control, even when everything feels out of control. It means you find meaning in the struggle, purpose in the pain, and lessons in the loss. This is not toxic positivity, this is strategic thinking. You decide what your mind focuses on, and that decision shapes everything. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." He lived through unimaginable suffering, yet he chose to find meaning and maintain hope. That's the power of mental discipline. That's an unshakable mindset in action. If he could stay mentally strong in a concentration camp, you can stay strong in your current situation. No matter what happens, you have the power to choose your response. Here's your challenge: every day, identify one thing that's going well. Just one. It could be your health, a relationship, a small win at work, or simply the fact that you're still breathing. Train your mind to search for the good instead of obsessing over the bad. This doesn't mean you ignore problems, it means you don't give them more power than they deserve. When life pushes harder, you stay calmer, because you've trained yourself to see beyond the immediate struggle. This is how you stop reacting and start controlling. This is how you build a mindset that nothing can shake. You've made it this far, and now you understand the truth. An unbreakable mindset is not a gift, it's a discipline. It's not something you wish for, it's something you work for every single day. You build it through emotional control, mental discipline, resilience, trained thinking, and deliberate choices. You protect it by guarding your inputs and starting each day with intention. You prove it by handling adversity with strength and choosing positivity even when it's hard. This is who you're becoming. Not someone who hopes for the best, but someone who's prepared for anything. The world will keep testing you. Life will keep throwing punches. People will doubt you, circumstances will challenge you, and moments will try to break you. But here's what they don't understand: you're no longer the person who falls apart when things get hard. You've trained your mind. You've built your resilience. You've developed the inner strength that nothing external can touch. No matter what happens around you, your mind doesn't move. You are in control. You are unshakable. You are unbreakable. So here's your final instruction: take everything you've learned today and put it into action immediately. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Build your morning routine. Guard your mental gates. Train your thinking. Handle adversity like the champion you are. Choose positivity as a daily discipline. Do this consistently, and I promise you, nothing will ever have power over you again. You'll stand firm against all odds. You'll stay calm when others panic. You'll rise when others fall. Because you've built something that can never be taken away, an unbreakable mindset. Now go. Build it. Live it. Become it.